Hey everybody, what's going on this Thursday? Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life. You know what, Ryan? I think it's time that we class this place up a little bit.
We probably should. I think that'd probably be good.
You had the tie last week.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I know, right? Come on. Let's get this thing on.
You look nice, dude.
Thank you very much. Here's the story.
Woo.
Before work today, I ate at Kayla's house. And I had some roast beef and items like that, such as
at what time?
Potatoes. This is at like maybe 8 o'clock in the morning or something. Very hearty meal to kick off the day. And I was wearing
it was post St. Patrick's Day for you.
Yes,
okay.
It was corned beef, not roast beef. It was so good, of course. Very salty, very succulent, very, very good meal, of course. And I dripped some on my shirt, the only shirt that I had at her place for this work day.
Ooh.
And it fell right down here.
Oh,
so
I
that's
gotcha.
why I'm wearing a tie right now to block those stains. So there you go.
Problem solver.
Exactly. It's what I do. I'm efficient. I'm like MacGyver, perhaps, wearing the tie, ready to
MacGruber.
go. MacGruber. Good times.
Well, I like the look though.
Thank you.
I like the blue shirt with the blue patches on the yellow tie.
I think shout out to Esco also, a little bit Esco-y colors if anybody's in Esco watching right now. So there you go, a little homage to a portion of the region down there.
Shout out to Esco.
Yeah.
Hey, well, let's keep a good thing going. Coming up on today's show, we'll be talking about my special report that's airing tonight on Northern News Now. And we'll get into the weeds on how my marathon training has been going before Grandma's Marathon. And I think at the time of our show recording, I believe we're almost 3 months away from Grandma's Marathon.
Oh my gosh.
If today's the 19th, the 20th of June coming up later this summer.
And I know we're going to talk about it later, but what's the furthest you've ran so far?
We have done now 12 miles is the longest we've done so far.
Which is almost half of a marathon. That's impressive.
Which is not even halfway of the other marathon.
That's true. That's true. You got a long way to go.
I should have taken a picture of what I ate after that Sunday 12-mile run we did. I think I had 2 Big Macs. I had some chicken nuggets. I had a Jimmy John's sub. I had a large fry. And a bunch of Girl Scout cookies, I think.
Jeez.
So I was making sure, I think we burned like 1,400 to 1,500 calories.
Oh my gosh.
It needed to replenish.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What do you eat before something like that?
Usually something a lot less.
Okay.
Yeah, usually like a nice easy carb, like a Rice Krispie bar, and then we did that during the middle of the run as well.
Wow, that's insane.
So
kudos to you, my friend.
I'm sure it'll be very similar this weekend.
Yes.
But with tonight's special report, our director Shania noticed something very peculiar. You'll remember the last feature story I did for the news station was with Insight Counseling in Duluth. We were talking about why we find joy in spreading hate online. But apparently in both of those conversations, I decided to grab my nicest shirt that I own because I'll be wearing the same exact shirt once again for tonight's special report.
It looks good on you, man. I don't know. I don't see the problem with that.
And Mary did point out that that shirt is one that I didn't necessarily like for myself until she said I should buy it. And so it's super nice having a fiance that makes you know what you might look good in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she picked it out. That's a very nice shirt. It really is. Since when is Shania the T-shirt police?
Well, and then
she said this many times before, hasn't she?
Well, and then Shania did tell me, with a Disney Channel ode there, Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater from the Lizzie McGuire movie. There was a viewer the other day who did text me. I wasn't upset about it. It was on our text line, but it's saying, it was probably like 4 or 5 days in a row I was wearing those flannel shirts, and they're like, do you own other shirts?
Come on, they're comfortable.
They're comfortable.
Relaxing,
but I understand why they said it. Because it's like, I get in the groove, I'm like, these are comfortable. I think they look kind of nice. And then you go, oh, maybe we should, enter other parts of the closet.
Switch it up a little bit, But you got to set 4, 5, 6 shirts that look really good, You want to keep putting those out, I don't see an issue with that. I think that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
As long as you wash it beforehand and you smell fine.
As long as you don't spill beef on it.
Exactly. Hopefully you have time to run home real quick, change, but instead of wearing a tie at work all day.
Just find a tie.
Yes, it works too. Good news here, folks. The Blotnick Bridge, which connects Duluth and Superior, will be replaced after more than $1 billion in federal funding has been secured. But before it goes up, we're still waiting to see what type of new bridge we're going to be seeing. There are 2 options on the table, either a tied arch bridge or a cable stay bridge. So Ryan, which do you prefer? I think we have both images right there.
I gotta tell you, that cable stay bridge does look kind of nice.
Yeah.
I would kind of like the idea of that cable stay. I'm not against the tied arch bridge, but the one on the left, would really, I think, draw a lot of attention here in the Twin Ports.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we've had the cable or the arch bridge for a very long time now, So I think it's time we change it up a little bit.
Yeah, why not?
Go the route of San Francisco. Is that their type of bridge right there?
I do not know. I'm not an engineer,
right?
But Shania is saying yes.
Yes.
But I will say cable. It is a cable bridge.
It'd be kind of cool to see that in our skyline for Duluth. So I think we changed it up a little bit. I like your answer there, Ryan.
All right.
Very good.
Well, hey, lawmakers here in Minnesota are happy about that funding, but they're also considering a bill that would allow alcohol in our state nursing homes.
Yeah.
The so-called Grandparents Happy Hour bill would allow elder care facilities to serve alcoholic drinks to residents and guests during events or activities that have to be scheduled in advance. Now, the homes would have to take a few steps before serving those drinks, including letting the state know of their plans to do so.
Interesting. I'm all for it. I think, give them a drink or two, whatever they want.
It doesn't have to be a lot. I mean, just one. I don't know.
Yes, they've earned it. You know, they're staying in this facility. I think they've earned the right to have a couple alcoholic drinks if they want.
Come on, if you're playing bingo too or something, you know, playing some music.
Yes.
Hand in hand.
Just don't let them get too lit.
Yeah,
it might get a little out of hand real quick.
It would probably be limited to that hour and not too much after.
Not the whole day.
Well, how about Hunter? Do you wish you had a better memory?
Oh, of course.
I know I do.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
well,
100%.
There are apparently a few simple tricks to train your brain. Nelson Dellis is a 6-time USA memory champion and 2-time Guinness World Record holder. And he says, sadly, watching his grandmother struggle with Alzheimer's inspired him to challenge his brain. So one of his techniques for memorizing names, which I know Hunter and I are terrible at, you pick a unique feature on that person's face, you create a mental image that reminds you of the name, and then you link that image to a feature. And the more exaggerated, the better you'll remember it.
Interesting. Yeah, we meet a lot of people, and at least a quarter, if not over half the names I'm forgetting. So that's not a bad idea right there.
Sadly, many of the times, days later, we go, what was that person's name again? So it's not you, that's on us.
Definitely us.
Yeah.
We got to work on that for sure.
Hunter has a nice smile, so H. Hunter.
Aww,
yeah.
that's
nice.
Let's
talk about my special report after the break.
Welcome back, folks. So back on Tuesday here, I shared an old video to my Facebook. Maybe I regret that now, but taking a look back.
I don't.
Ryan loves it. This is a look back at my younger self, my first ever time live on air at St. Cloud State. I was 18 years old. It's cringy, it's tough, but let's take a look at it real quick.
What do we have going on for the weekend weather forecast for these hunters?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a little cooler this weekend, but it's still going to be very sunny. If we look at the current conditions out there, we've got a little bit of a mist going on and some clouds. If we look at our high temperature today, we had 62 degrees and a low of 54 degrees. This weekend's forecast, however, we've got a little cooler, like I said, 45 degrees. I'll be out there in my stand this Saturday, 45 degrees. Hopefully, I guess I'll have to bundle up a little bit more as we go into the weekend.
Well, that's really good news. I mean, I remember some years hunting with my dad. Blizzards, cold, it was awful. So
Right.
This weather, that's fantastic.
Heck yeah.
Thanks, Hunter.
It's so rough. And that long pause was not edited in there. That was how long that pause was when it actually aired at the time.
I think my favorite thing now, whenever Hunter's going to say anything, I'll go, heck yeah.
That's the other thing. Why is my voice so much higher at the time? I think it's because I'm so nervous, but it's that was 18-year-old Hunter right there, fresh into college, very nervous, of course. And it shows, hopefully, I've improved quite a bit since that point. 11 years later.
I think we both have.
Yes, we have.
I think to only make it up to Hunter, I'll have to show a video of me from when I first started at the station. We were watching a couple of them on my phone, and I go, I don't even remember that guy. That was 7 years ago. I mean, that was over, 10 years ago?
That was 11 years ago.
Yeah,
11 years ago right there. And let me get this correct for you, because you went to college technically not for this sort of thing. So you didn't have any practice in college for this. Your first time on air was here at KBJR.
Yeah, so fortunately I don't have any clips like that, but my clips nonetheless are still pretty bad.
It's fun watching yourself. Fun with quotations.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Let's switch gears here and give Hunter a break. Later tonight, I'm excited to share a meaningful conversation during our 10 o'clock newscast here on Northern News Now. Let's take a sneak peek.
This summer marks the 50th anniversary of Grandma's Marathon, and before the marathon comes the training. But it's not just the miles that get tough, it's the mindset.
When we feel like our identity is on the line, and if we can separate our identity from our accomplishment, we're able to do harder things.
Join Ryan Half for a sit-down interview with a therapist about pushing through the mental hurdles we put on ourselves, whether it's a marathon or any new challenge. That's Thursday at 10, only on Northern News Now.
I think it's such an important topic and very cool that you're actually going through this sort of thing right
Yeah.
now. What more can people expect when it comes to the story tonight, Ryan?
So I get to sit down with Emma Shannon, who is a wonderful person, is the therapist behind Inside Edge Therapy here in Duluth, a former college hockey player who, growing up in a setting where maybe put a lot of pressure on herself to perform well in that sport, then realized as she got older, as you'll hear later tonight, the fact that she wishes she had someone who was able to guide her through all these thoughts that you have, especially when you're in those tough ages through high school.
Yeah.
So tonight I'm going to be sharing, how I got into this whole marathon thing and how our past selves impact our future selves when it comes to decisions. And then also just walking through, like, where does our confidence come from? Where does self-doubt come from? How do we get over that hurdle? So in the past couple of years here, I'm someone who has been very pro-championing other people out there to do therapy, as I've done that for a couple of years now, and it's been something that has changed my life. So whenever you get in these hard situations, especially with marathon training, which I've never done, you start identifying things in your mind that you have never really faced before or identified before.
Yeah.
So another thing that we'll be talking about tonight too is that some things in your life might feel like an emergency in your head when truly they're not.
Yes.
So identifying that and slowing things down for you, and just knowing that you're going to be able to get through it.
Kind of the grounding thing is
Yeah.
what folks talk about, and it's like whatever just happened, it's not as bad as what you think just happened.
Right.
It sometimes isn't as good as you think what just happened as well, but it usually isn't what you thought what happened,
And also the fact too that you are capable of a lot more than you give yourself credit for.
Yes.
I mean, I do have images, I believe, from the 2016 half marathon I did. I don't even know who that kid on the left is. But this is what I wore for the half marathon back in 2016, and I trained 4 miles for that 13-mile run. That was the longest run I did before it. And man, if I could tell that kid to do some more training, I would. So I'm making sure that I'm following the training plan and being prepared for this. And not only is that physically, but it is incredibly mentally tough, especially the 12-mile run. You have so much time to think about so many things during that 2 hours that you got to make sure your mind doesn't run to the worst parts of your brain.
That's insane, seriously. And so now you're going through this sort of thing. What is the number one thing that you might have taken away from this story that we're going to be seeing later on tonight that you personally are going to use in your future?
I think that the actions you take now are for your future self.
Okay.
I think it's easy, especially as someone who grew up and told myself, like, if this is uncomfortable, I'm just going to stop doing it. Which I wish that I would have pushed myself through harder things. So now if I do complete this, my future self, when I hopefully do cross that finish line, is going to be so proud of all the work that was put in to get there.
That's going to be, you're probably honestly going to cry when you cross the finish line.
I might cry right now.
It's emotional.
I might cry
it really
tonight.
is.
So be sure to join our team tonight at 10 for that one-on-one sit-down conversation with Emma. She is an awesome person, and we'll be sure to seeing you after the break here.
Welcome back, folks. Okay, I have one more question for you, Ryan, and maybe for you even, Shania, as well, and Mary. When the marathon is over, we're still 3 months out, are you going to continue to run and train? And does Mary and Shania, have you continued to run and train after these marathons?
Here's the crazy thing, Hunter. We've now had conversations during this process, haven't even done the full marathon yet.
Yeah.
We're having conversations of doing a half Ironman.
What is that now? What's a half Ironman?
A half Ironman, I believe, is about a mile of swimming, and then you do, I think, around like 50 miles of biking, and then you do a half marathon of running. So that's the next challenge. But imagine my future self, and you'll learn from the conversation tonight. It's like you can be whoever you want to be, but you have to set out on that path.
Yes, yep. You got to step out of your comfort zone. Isn't this enough though? The 26.2? That's insane, man.
It is.
That's so cool.
So it definitely does take one step at a time, 1 mile at a time, no matter what you want to accomplish. And fortunately, I have a training plan to get us through it. But we'll see if that half Ironman ends up becoming a thing.
You're blowing my mind, man. That is so cool.
I don't even know who I am.
Right? I don't even know anymore. It's very, very cool, though.
Thank you.
Very cool,
Thank you.
definitely. Listen, if you call music's most famous phone number, Jenny won't answer, but a cancer support expert will. The number is 867-5309, of course, made famous by Tommy Two Tone's 1981 hit, is now a hotline for people impacted by cancer. Tommy told People magazine that he has some family members who are struggling with cancer. cancer and that he is also dealing with minor skin cancer himself. So now anyone impacted by cancer can call 867-5309. Just make sure that the number 272 is before that number as well.
Yeah.
Very, very good thing right there, of course. But I bet they get a lot of spam calls too. Because as a kid, I remember trying to call that number.
I can't even imagine back in the day if someone had that number as soon as that song came out, they go,
Yes.
I got to go change it.
Got to change that immediately.
Got to unplug the landline.
Yes, that's unbelievable. Very
but
cool though.
Cool seeing that now. In Wisconsin now, a snowplow driver made all the difference for a woman in Madison who went into labor during this past weekend snowstorm.
That's right. The snowplow driver literally plowed the way for the ambulance to make it to the hospital. Cameron Kelly has the story.
Got the call that there was somebody with a potential imminent delivery.
Madison fire paramedic Jenna Larson was on board an ambulance with an expecting mother.
It's really important that we get to the hospital quickly but safely.
There was one problem, the heavy snowfall and covered roads.
My lieutenant actually got on the radio right away to see if any of our snowplow drivers for the city were nearby.
And just like that, a plow driver shoveled his way to the scene.
He jumped right in and was able to escort us all the way from the far east side of Madison to downtown Madison and literally plowed the way for our ambulance.
One of our east side plow truck drivers, his name is Brian Heggie.
Brian Heggie helped the expecting mom and EMS team get to SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital safely.
You don't necessarily think of like snow plow drivers as part of those like first responder sort of suite of things, but with weather like this, we have a role.
The City of Madison Street Division says 911 dispatch can call them when there is an emergency, and plow truck drivers like Heggie can help in critical moments.
Like Brian, his shift started at 11 p.m. the night before. It's going to end at 3 p.m. today.
We were unable to talk with Heggie after his shift because he's resting to get back on the road to keep others safe in case of an emergency.
Mom and baby were doing well at drop-off. Having our friends at the street department come over and give us that escort, and we were able to focus more diligently on our patient care.
Okay, one more thing.
Sure.
Because you implied, we talked about this during break a little bit,
Yeah.
but you said you are going to try to do the half Ironman.
Right.
That implies that there's a full Ironman.
There is a
correct?
full Ironman. There are folks out there who train for full Ironman races, which is I think it's like 2 or 3 miles of swimming, 100 plus miles of biking, and then a full marathon of running on the same day.
In the same day?
Yep,
Do you get
yep.
breaks in between or something?
No, it's up to you to, well, I mean, you could if you want, but it's going to hurt your time.
Yeah, that's true. That's insane. That blows my mind what human bodies can do and what I'm doing with mine.
We're able to do more than we give ourselves credit for. That way we think we can.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, and that's seriously what all Ryan's going to be talking about here tonight, coming up at 10 o'clock. So just
that's all you're going to be hearing for the next 3 months is me. Do you hear that I'm training for a marathon?
Look at me. Look what's going on here.
Have I told you?
Right? Oh my gosh. But another reminder, of course, you got to find Ryan's special report here tonight at 10 on Northern News Now, discussing self-doubt and how to overcome it either during your marathon training or in other aspects of life as well. And then find the full conversation tomorrow on Northern Life. Cool that you're going to be airing that full conversation tomorrow as well.
It's going to be great. It's
Yes.
going to be great. And before we go today, I just have to show this quick video. A police chase in Florida led to officers having to use paddle boards to end up catching that suspect in a river. Sounds like everybody's safe and the suspect is apprehended.
Oh my gosh.
We'll love you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.